Raj,
Yeah.
I thought it would be good to go over what I call the Rogerisms, just to make sure that we haven't forgot any of them. How's that sound? All right. So these are, again, statements that Roger says quite frequently, and that's how they make the list. Number one, that's a true statement.
Yeah.
Number two, some people catch on quicker than others.
True.
Number three, I don't want to brag, but.
Yeah.
Number four, first time that ever happened.
Yeah.
And then when you wanted to change the subject, you would say, so anyway.
Yeah.
Number six was sayonara. Number seven was probably your most commonly used statement. That was greetings.
Yeah. I tried.
Number eight, idle hands are the devil's helper.
I agree.
Number nine, onward and upward.
True.
Number 10, sergut.
More question. I hardly ever.
Yeah, occasionally, okay. I didn't know the gun was loaded.
Yeah.
My sentiments, exactly.
Yeah.
And then when the boys would fight amongst themselves, you would call it brotherly love.
Yeah.
And then when somebody would say something, maybe, I don't know, kind of a crazy statement or a new piece of information, you would say, oh, with many question marks.
Stalling for time.
That's right, stalling for time. A question you would ask the boys often was, got your homework done?
Yeah.
Yes, never.
And then this was a commonly said statement, your enthusiasm is overwhelming.
Yeah.
That would be when you would be expecting a more significant response and it wasn't coming. You would frequently say this when getting up, groan creak. And then when someone would make you a promise to do something, you would say, I hope so. And then when another thing that you would say when someone would make a statement or a commitment, you would say, promise? Question mark.
Yeah.
And then every day, when I would go to work, you would tell me, sell those bathtubs. When I would call you in the morning, you would say you were feeling hale and hearty. And then when someone would make a statement that you would agree with, you'd say, probably. When someone would make a good bit of progress on something, you would say, progress is rampant.
Yeah.
When I would say something that you were thinking, you would say, you're a mind reader.
Yeah. Here's the board.
That's right. That's right.
I think she's back.
When you would often say, have another drink.
Yeah.
You would say, I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
I surrender.
What about a drink? Don't do.
you would, when someone was trying to say something or get something out, you would just say, or something, right? When you were having a drink, you would say, I'm going to take one for the road.
Yeah.
And if you didn't want to drink, you would say, no thank you, I'm driving. And then here was my favorite, Raj. There's a logical rationalization for everything.
Yeah.
That was something you said all the time. You would often tell the kids, look both ways before crossing the street.
That was based on my overseas.
Your experience overseas, I see. You would often say, I think so, if you agreed with somebody. You remember you saying sunshine helps?
Yeah.
You always liked a sunny day. When Amy would take the kids' shirts off, you would say, skin the rabbit.
Based on my father's statement.
Yeah, skin the rabbit. Sometimes you would say push shove when you were in a crowded space. Imagine that. When you would have some piece of advice for somebody, you would say, my research indicates.
Yeah.
Spoken like a collegiate professor. Whenever you, this was always an interesting thing to say, it's been called to my attention, and then you would fill in the blank. You were always interested in everybody's sleep, so you would say, did you get your 8 hours?
Yeah.
And as early as today, we talked about this, when you had your diaper off, whenever you'd have, maybe you weren't fully clothed, you would say, it pays to advertise.
Yeah.
And then this was a commonly said Roger statement. Some call that a learning experience. That's when someone would mess up, screw up, break something.
Overlook.
Yeah. How about this one? There may be a direct positive correlation. Spoken like a professor. How about this? Confession is good for the soul.
I agree.
You said that all the time. And then when I would give you chocolate cake or something that wasn't so healthy for you, you'd say, you're contributing to my delinquency.
Yeah.
How about this one? I was laughing to keep from crying.
Yeah.
And then when you were, because you did so much reading and you had so much, well, I guess intelligence, you would say, I'm happy to report. Faster, if someone was going not fast enough, you would let them know they needed to go faster. And then you would also say, it's not going to rain. How about this one? Have you been punched in the face today?
I don't like that one.
I like that one. How about this one? Strange that you should mention that.
Yeah.
If someone was trying to state something or exaggerate something, you would say, at least. How about this? Another one of your physical violence statements. You could get a fat lip with a clenched fist. Yeah, right?
Unfortunately.
If I was going to pick you up at, say, 8 a.m., you'd say, I'll be sober by then. And then as the kids were getting bigger and their clothes sizes were changing, you would say, just a growing boy.
I think so.
So every Sunday when we go to church, you always ask this, how many people are going to be at church today? And And then that would be followed by who's preaching today? How about this one? First time that ever happened. Drink another one for me.
Wow.
How about there ought to be a law?
Yeah.
There ought to be a law for that. Clean living pays off.
Yeah.
We got a few more. How would you like to pick your teeth up off the ground?
Yeah.
He's got a violent streak, I'll tell you. You better get out of my way. What's the good word? Well, I'm glad to hear that. And the last one, pleasant dreams.
Also, have another drink. Dasabadanya.
Dasavadanya.
What else?
Very good.
Yeah, Dasavadanya. There was another one. Aphrodisian. How do you say that?
I don't know.
And that concludes the Rogerisms.